Hello and welcome to Herbalist and Herbs. My name is Harry Chrissakis. Today's video short, Fats and Oils in Health and Disease. I took this subject on because it's such an area of confusion for most people that I wanted to clarify and simplify it. Okay, so what I'm going to go through is which fats are good for you and which fats are not. Let's start out with the good fats, and we'll start out with what I think most people know about, the omega-3s. Now, the omega-3s, as we know them, occur in fish oils. However, there is another source of omega-3s, and that is flaxseed. And the problem with flax, however, is that once you grind the seed or press the oil, it oxidizes at an incredibly fast rate, which means it goes rancid. So if you're going to use flax as a source of your omega-3s, it needs to be either freshly pressed and drunk, which means like within 10 minutes, or freshly ground and eaten. And again, that would be within 10 to 15 minutes. In terms of fish oils, what you're looking at is the EPA and DHA content of the fish oil capsule that you want to get. Not the overall fish oil amount, but those two things as they are measured within the capsule. The EPA and the DHA content of each capsule. Now, omega-3s do myriad positive things for our body. They act as systemic anti-inflammatories, in which case I use them in many of my protocols. They normalize the cell membrane so that it can receive signals and let things in and out of it properly. The body will reserve them for high energy tissue of the eyes, the gonads, and the brain. The brain is about 60% phospholipids, and about half of that is DHA, which is one of the fractions of the omega-3s in fish oil. Oftentimes when I'm treating brain injuries, I will give them just that fraction of the fish oil, sometimes combined along with the fish oil. So a good rounded omega-3 program would be the combination of fish oil and freshly ground flaxseed. Now let's move. Now the thing about omega-3s, once again, is that they are crucial to the health of our body. And we generally don't get enough of them. So we have to supplement ourselves in the way that I recommended. Now the next category is, is another branch of the omega family, which is the omega-6s. Now the omega-6s are a bit dubious in that many of them that we consume are damaged. And there's few sources of good omega-6s. One of them is borage oil or primrose oil, which contains the omega-6 GLA. And that's a very specific type of omega-6, which I recommend for supplementation. The omega-6s have similar kinds of effects of the omega-3s, this particular omega-6. The ones that we generally get in our bodies through poor quality vegetable oils, that's things like sunflower oil and safflower oil. Basically almost everything on the supermarket shelf besides extra virgin olive oil is some form of damaging oil dietarily. So what I recommend is that if people want to supplement themselves with an omega-6, it'd be borage oil. Now onto the omega-9s, which is what olive oil is. And again, another wonderful omega and another wonderful form of fat, wonderful flavor, and it has a lot of amazing properties, including a high antioxidant content, including a long, stable shelf life. So this is a wonderful thing because the oil doesn't go rancid. We can keep it at room temperature and pour it. To move into another category of fats, one that's really poorly misunderstood is cholesterol. We need cholesterol. We manufacture about 70% of our own cholesterol, and we use cholesterol for a number of things. We use it to manufacture our sex hormones. We use it as the basis of vitamin D. We use it as the basis of coenzyme Q10. We need it for, again, the strength and integrity of the cell membrane. It has, again, myriad positive functions in the body. It's just that we could possibly consume too much through consuming too much animal fat, which is what cholesterol occurs in, generally speaking, in our diets. The next class is saturated fats. And again, we need saturated fats. We need them for a number of positive processes in our body. And the best saturated fat, I think, is butter, which shocks most people. But butter is an excellent source of short-chain fatty acids that the cells like to burn as energy. It also is high in vitamin A, and it is also high in butyric acid, which are the cells of our lining of our intestines like, particularly our large intestine. So those areas, again, are areas of confusion and misunderstanding, particularly cholesterol and saturated fat. Now I'm going to go into an area, again, which are bad fats for us, and that's trans fats. Now, trans fats, again, are all over the place. They're in all baked goods. Anything that's hydrogenated vegetable oil or partially hydrogenated vegetable oil, these things are man-made fats, and they are really horrible for us. Trans fats raise cholesterol, raise LDL, which is the bad quality fats, act as systemic anti-inflammatories, meaning they induce inflammation, degrade our vascular system, damage our heart, our liver, our brains. They're really not very good things for us. And again, they're in lots and lots of things. So to cut them out of your diet is a great idea. So to go back over good fats, it's the omega-3s in the form of fish oils and or freshly ground flax or freshly ground pressed flax oil, or the omega-6 GLA and or olive oil as a dietary, extra virgin olive oil as a dietary supplement. Your cholesterol is necessary in your body, and of course that usually comes from animal fats, and the same is true of saturated fats. You need some of these as well. And to get on to trans fats, these are the guys that really hurt us, and we need to get them out of our diet and keep them out. Okay, so I hope this information helps you. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video, and enjoy your food.